We began with breaking news. CTV News has learned Premier Doug Ford plans to call an election next Wednesday.
A senior provincial government source says Election Day would be February the 27th. Ford has repeatedly insisted that he needs a stronger mandate from taxpayers in order to join the fight against looming U.S. tariffs. Stay tuned was his response again today when asked if an election would be called next week.
And for more on this early election call, let's go live to CP24 Sija Liu, who joins us from Queen's Park. Sija.
Bakari, Arda, we have been hearing speculation for months now and a lot of hints from Premier Doug Ford over the last week that he is planning to call an early election. And now this update that a senior government source is telling CTV News that he will call an election next Wednesday with voters going to the polls February 27th. Now, all this comes after another hint by Premier Doug Ford today. We are learning that PC candidates and campaign managers will be meeting for what they're calling a super caucus event this weekend. This will be near Pearson Airport on Saturday, where they will be talking about strategy and campaigning, things as how to run a successful campaign meeting. They will discuss polling as well, with remarks from pollster Nick Holvis, and the premier will be there. Now, the invitation that we got our hands on said, as we face the unprecedented threat posed by a potential trade war with the United States, it is more important than ever to be prepared for an election to secure a strong mandate from voters. Now, Premier Doug Ford has been saying this past week that he needs a clear mandate to tackle the tariff threat and that he needs the approval from Ontario people on approving billions of dollars of spending to help deal with the tariff threat. Take a listen to the latest message he had today.
I can tell you, when you have a clear mandate from the people, no matter if it's confronting the tariffs that Donald Trump wants to destroy our economy, or if it's dealing with any federal government, the existing one or the new one, or dealing with the premiers, making sure we get life-saving drugs approved. Nothing is stronger for the people of Ontario than a mandate until I can go and deliver on these commitments.
And according to our sources, it looks like we will be heading to the polls on February 27th. But what would the results be if the election was today? Well, according to a new Leggy poll conducted on behalf of Post Media, it says that the PCs would win if there was an election today. It has the PCs leading the Liberals by 24 points, the NDP by 27 points, and more than 46% of the people it asked had a favorable opinion of Doug Ford. Earlier today, we spoke with CTV political analyst Scott Reed about the polls. Take a listen.
Can the opposition leader succeed in getting under Doug Ford's skin, in making him uncomfortable, saying there's no real reason? If you were low in the polls, you wouldn't say you needed a mandate to fight tariffs. You would just go out and do it. So the only reason you're spending $160 million in the middle of this crisis with Trump is so that you can, that's how much an election costs, $160 million, is so that you can lock in this election for you. We'll see that struggle in the first few days. 30 years ago, it was big trouble for David Peterson. He blew a big lead when he called an early election. 2021 federally, Justin Trudeau never got off the mat on that question and was stuck with a minority government. We'll see if Doug Ford can do better.
Now, we have not heard from Premier Doug Ford himself yet, but tomorrow morning he will be speaking in Brampton along with the Transport Minister. And Bakari Arda, I imagine he will be asked a lot of questions about this latest report. Back to you.
Okay, live from Queen's Park, covering our breaking news, CP24's Sija Liu. Sija, thanks a lot.